this is our project. It is an 8430 John Deere. It's a fairly new purchase, I guess. It is pretty rough, as you can tell. We're going to do a few external things and then just change the fluids, oils, all the filters. Kind of just go through it so we can use it a little bit to grind some hay. So we can. All right, guys. So with that said, let's get started.
So as Justice said, we're getting ready to work on our new project. It's an 8430 John Deere. And so I thought I would show you some of the filters we're going to need to put on it, and we're going to change the fluids like he said. The first one is an oil filter, John Deere oil filter. We have the O-ring for it, so it will not leak oil. Then we have the transmission filters, 1 and 2. They're canister type filters, meaning you have to put them inside a metal container, which we will also show doing that. It also comes with an O-ring times 2. Then we have our coolant filter, our refrigerant coolant filter, and it comes as a single. And then we have our fuel filters, and they're actually box type. So we're going to put all them in. We'll show all the videos of that. Like I said, this is a canister filter, if you guys can see this, meaning that it needs something like a sleeve to put over it that is steel, and we'll show that in a minute. Then we've got our non-canister filters like the rest of these that have the own exterior covering that comes with the filters. So that's just how some of the filters come. Okay, so here we're going to drain some of the oil and replace a canister filter. So hopefully our oil pan will hold all the oil. The canister I was talking about is that. You can see that. Oh. And there is the filter.
Alright, so we've moved on to the second canister filter, which is the hydraulic oil and also the brakes.
See the oil coming out of it now. And yes, we do have a pan to catch all this oil, guys. No worries. You going?
Alright, so he is unscrewing that and is just about off.
Long-winded.
Hopefully he won't get an oil bath.
We all good.
Whoop, there went the light. Sorry, guys. So, you can kind of see he's dumping it in the oil pan. I don't know. You can kind of see that. We'll show you the oil when it's all done.
There's another canister, guys. So you can kind of see what that looks like.
Looks like we will set it there. And this is actually in between the two tires. I don't know. There's the step for the tractor. And there he is in a very uncomfortable spot.
Guys, so as you see this filter after it's unwrapped, there's the serial number, by the way. And there is the holes that the fuel goes in. So you've got 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to show you how we take them off, and there's going to be 2 of them here. So
some wiring in the way, so it's kind of tough.
So there's one, guys. You can see that. That's the old filter. And here's the new one.
Most fuel filters we fill up with fuel first before we put them on, but these are a little complicated to put fuel in. It's not that difficult, it's just It's just a little difficult, but that's why we didn't on these, but most of them we do.
So there's one in, guys. It's harder than it looks. And if you can see in here, guys, after I get this filter out, you'll see the holes and the hose that goes into these holes on the filter. Alright, so if you can see, there's another filter. And then if you can see in here, you've got one hose that goes into a hole, and you've got 2 holes down below, if you can see that. And Alright guys, so as you see right here where my finger's at, that's the top hose that goes into what would be the top hole here. Then you've got the two bottoms, which are not steel lines out, but they are actually just holes. There's one there, and then there's one there, which is hard to see because of the shadows, and that would go into the bottom two holes. So there you go guys, that's another one. Good.
Alright, so he is back for the second round.
Slide that in there. Make sure the bottom's sealed in. Remove all the excess hoses. Snap.
So,
we're in, guys.
Yes, success has been had on the fuel filters. Alright, so there you go. Those are the two fuel filters. Most of them, or the 4020s and some of that series, just has one, but this one actually has two. Alright, so he is pumping that until his finger is worn through.
And this puts fuel into the fuel filters. It follows up through the lines and puts fuel in the fuel filters. We just replaced in canister types, or sorry, the external types, like this, not the canister types.
The square. I'm not 100%
and you pump this 5,000 times until your hand wears off, and then your thumb wears off too. And you continue on forever and ever.
But eventually, we will get it.
Here's the fuel filters that we just took off, and I thought I'd show you what comes out of a bad fuel filter. So if you can see, it's normally caused that a fuel filter out of any tractor is ag, so it would run red fuel. It's a red diesel fuel. It's got a red dye in it. If you guys can see that, that's black. And you can see it's turned the pan black. There is no red in that anymore. It is completely junk. And that is just one sign of a bad fuel filter. Alright guys, so we are going to work on the coolant filter now. And there's a box of that. I'm going to open it up. There's the new one. We will take this off. Okay. That's right.
It's okay, he does know his left from right.
Yes, I do. It's just hard for me to remember this sometimes. There we go, guys.
Well, wait a little. We will put a pan under it. 1 second.
Alright, guys, so we found out that there is a valve behind this that shuts off the antifreeze, so we won't lose near as much this way. And we're trying to catch the rest of it, and it's actually an old cooking sheet. That's what would fit under the filter. See, hopefully this will not lose quite as much, because no one likes to lose stuff that costs them money, including us.
There, it's not losing near as much.
No, we'll shut her down.
And as you can see, it is green antifreeze, not red antifreeze.
Always put your filter in lubricant. In this case, because I'm in kind of a tight spot, it's antifreeze. So, because then the seal will lead up. Otherwise, it's hard to get it all latched on.
And also make sure they are threaded back on correctly, because they are very easy to cross thread, and then they are a job to fix. Alright, so he's screwing that back tight, got it threaded correct.
Tighten it on down with a filter wrench.
Yes, and not very tight since they have that seal, it is snug. Just a
The
little.
other way of telling me while we're making this video, just to snug it down.
Yes, kind of. Alright, so there is the.
Coolant filter replaced, guys.
Yep, one more down.